Eliza and I are teachers, not formal teachers, although after graduating Colby, we will be. Instead, the two of us have been teachers in other ways, in our interactions with the kids around us, in positions of leadership, in the classrooms, even our relationships with friends. For us, teaching takes place in all aspects of our lives. This past January, we traveled to Malawi and experienced these teaching moments while facilitating workshops in education in Malawi in the village. Prior to our departure, we worked with two teacher artists in Maine to develop the 10-day Arts Integrated Workshop. To facilitate these workshops, we collaborated with Go Malawi Organization, a nonprofit-based organization out of Hebron, Maine, that aims to reduce poverty in MPAMILA, Malawi, through various education, health, and environmental initiatives. Through their Education Connection program, we conducted two projects, We Malawi and X Talks World Listens. We replicated this work from our colleague, Alex Bell, of Portland Education, who has previously introduced these projects to another village in Malawi. Although we wish to closely replicate these projects, this experience demonstrated the importance of modifying plans as a teacher and identifying the best fit or methods for the students. While our moments of teaching were rewarding, we found the moments of learning were even more powerful. We aimed to build an environment that encouraged all to be a teacher, an approach that not only allowed students to develop their speaking skills, but most importantly, promoted student voice and enabled them to become the masters of their own knowledge. We began by introducing our projects to the teachers the first 2 days. We invited teachers to create journals to record their hopes and dreams as educators. Many expressed their desire to equip learners with the competent English language skills or to motivate them to continue learning through high school. During the teaching workshops, we simulated a mini version of Project 1, We Malawi, and Project 2, X Talks World Listens. Through these projects, teachers passionately shared their personal stories and opinions on topics including poverty, education, climate change, HIV and AIDS, and access to water in relation to their lives in MPAMILA. We then brought these projects to the students. As shown here, We Malawi is a photo project that invites students to share aspects of their identity with the rest of the world through photography. Each student chooses a word that represents their identity or something they are passionate about. We emphasize that these words could be shared in English or Malawi's native language, Chichewa, in the hopes of enabling students with a more limited English vocabulary to choose a word that truly represents who they are. Many of these students pictured here are part of the 6th grade class, who we shared our second project, X Talks World Listens, with in the after-school workshop. MPAMILA Talks World Listens are TED Talk-styled speeches that celebrate personal stories of topics that expose students' passions, share concerns, or shape their identity.
At the start and end of each workshop day with the students, we join together to do the Mvula routine. Mvula means rain in Chichewa. This routine incorporated an assortment of clapping, snapping, stomping, and other movements and noises to mimic the sound of a rainstorm. To create this effect, learners led the group by demonstrating the movement and walking around in a circle while indicating when and how others should produce the rain-like sound. Through this leadership role, this mini activity reflected our larger intention to make the students see themselves as the teacher. To tap into their creativity, we invited students to paint and construct their own journals to record thoughts and brainstorm ideas for their speeches. These journals were meant to capture and hold aspects of their identity, whether through drawing, painting, or written word in English or Chichewa. After creating their journals and brainstorming topics that applied to their identity, we encouraged the learners to think of a specific story that brought this topic to life and could be used to educate other individuals around the world. Topics included washing, poverty, farming, water, cleaning, and martial arts. In most of the student talks, they not only exposed challenges like access to water, but also celebrated moments of their everyday lives. For example, in the speech about washing, they emphasized the importance of washing in order to avoid potential health issues. Through personal stories, these students educate their audience. Each day, these students came back to the workshop, ready to dive deeper into their personal story. what they wanted to share with the world. They shared with us their stories, dances, and passions. We learned from these students. Our workshops culminated in a celebration and ceremony at the Go Malawi site. Local learners and other community members joined us to hear the 6th grade's MPAMILA Talks World Listen speeches. 2 learners also acted as our hosts and explained the mission of the project to the audience. All learners gave their speeches in Chichewa that we later translated into English. Before arriving to Malawi, children from the Hope, Maine area helped make dresses and pants for us to bring to the MPAMILA for local children. As shown in this next picture, you can see some of the children who received these outfits during the final ceremony. These student empowerment projects exemplified the importance of inviting youth to teach each other so that they can become more confident, motivated, and passionate learners. By creating this interactive and inclusive climate while emphasizing our mission of inviting youth to become teachers, we greatly enjoyed learning from the children who taught us Chichewa and shared their dances, songs, and stories with us. Moving forward, we aim to continue to share these stories and images with audiences such as you all. Furthermore, by filming their speeches and collaborating with our colleague, who has also conducted this work in Mzuzu, another small rural village in Malawi, we are excited to share their stories with countries around the world. Thank you, and in Chichewa, Zikomo.